Hey, all right, guys. What's up? How's it going? How's your day been? I'm gonna start things a little bit differently this time because it is slice of life. I just like to start off each video by saying, hey guys, what's up? How are you doing? Just comment below. Just tell me how's your day been and what's the main highlight. What did you get done? What were some frustrations you experienced this morning or this afternoon? For me, it's a Sunday, I believe, that I'm recording this, so. But it doesn't matter. Whenever this video gets released or video podcast, just leave in the comments. Tell me about your day. Okay. It's supposed to be more interactive. It's slice of life. Okay, so what happened in my day? Right now, what I'm gonna do is I was laughing right before I started this video, and again, introductions. I don't really think we need it, but slice of life in real life mixed together for some real, authentic just general daily tasks, like work and responsibilities and relationships and stuff, mixed in with, this digital content creation and self-improvement and all that kind of more abstract stuff. Anyways, the point is today, right now, I'm holding the item of discussion, which is really boring. This is only like maybe like 10-15% of the stuff that we want to cover in this video, but it's because half the stuff here we're going to cover is not even new. It's I was laughing because it's like such a really boring ass video. It's literally a video about cleaning. Making a video about cleaning shit. So yeah, I have some garbage, I have some stuff to throw away, but most of it that I want to highlight is stuff that either I have to take off my gear, equipment that, like I said, I dress kind of like a security guard. So I had to take that off because I have to do the laundry. And so, we'll cover stuff that we've taken off, like, like a backrest, not backrest, a back belt, back support belt, lots of stuff attached to that kind of stuff because it's like a coverall thing. Coverall strap, sorry, and so we can attach all sorts of interesting gadgets and trinkets to it that were at one time of use for me. So there's stuff attached to stuff that we're washing in the laundry. So that's cleaning, right? Washing, drying, and then we also have some stuff that's that we had to wipe down with these clean wipes, because with these alcohol wipes, disinfectant wipes, because I believe it was contaminated. I wasn't sure if I had wiped down this baseball, which I initially bought it for my friend who has a little dog. It's like a Montepoo, so basically a mix between a poodle and a something else. I don't know. The point is, this baseball is disgusting, and I'm pretty sure I did wipe it down, but I couldn't guarantee that I did. And because there's that kind of OCD perfectionist doubt inside my head running all the time, I just couldn't bring myself to accept even like the tiniest sliver that this was not washed, because this has been rolling around in the dog bar. Dogs shit, piss, and like lick it all up with their doggy breath. It's disgusting. And I can't imagine that I would have left it there without washing it, but on the off chance that I did, I wanted to make sure I sort of I sanitized everything. And you can see the clean freak coming out of me, right? One of those symptoms, you could say, taking things really way too seriously. But that's that. And then we have some garbage. So, now, in addition to this, it's not only just wiping down this part, like we were also wiping down some gadgets, so that are technically like a drive. So we have to be careful while wiping those things down. The reason is because in addition to having contamination from this baseball, there was also an incident. I spilled some. This was like a couple weeks ago, I believe. It was in one of my videos. Yeah, I did. I mentioned several times that I had spilled some. What was it? Zero sugar root beer. Wendy's root beer across the floor, and I was really super pissed off because then it soaked up the floor, the shelf, and then for the most part, most things were dry, but then there was a luggage bag that I carry out every day, and it actually got through to that, and I was really, really pissed off. But also really, really thankful at the same time, because ironically, no sugar, so it didn't, it wasn't sticky. It wasn't too sticky. Unfortunately, it turns out that it did leave a mark. It just wasn't absorbed by the luggage bag. There was actually another bag inside that I received as almost like a borrowed item, a reusable bag from one of my friends, which is a father or priest. And needless to say, that one got really sticky and everything. So yeah, so I had to wash that. I'm gonna toss that into the laundry as well. And so there's all these like tech gadgets, like wires and like what do you might call, like for example, the AC adapter for a laptop, as well as the storage drive compartment. And all those things need to be washed, or not washed. You can't wash wires and technological equipment, otherwise it's gonna destroy it. But I mean, I want to wipe it down very gently and be very specific about where I wipe it down. So we're just going to showcase all of it. We're going to run through it all, and it's going to be really, really quick, because I'm not going into too much detail, because there's actually a whole lot of stuff that's attached to everything, right? But let's just start off with what I'm holding here. So here are the Vim wipes. So let's first cover the compartment that's inside the luggage bag. And I'm going to do is just going to move the camera down here. I have to be careful once again, because this thing tends to disconnect. But if I turn to the left hand side, you can see this is all the gear here. You can see on the red right underneath my hand, all this stuff here is a lot of its gear. You'll just see some paper napkins. That's just garbage that we use to wipe down the baseball. On the very far bottom on the side by my leg, there's some garbage. We'll talk about that. And then there's also the baseball, and of course the luggage bag's at the very back. You can't see it. If I showed it to you, most likely this camera would disconnect, and then I'd have to like pause the video or whatever. It's really fucking annoying, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's start off with the compartment with the baseball. So of course the baseball, I showcased it already. Bought it from Dollarama. We mentioned this before, and it's for the dog. And then, like I said, I wiped it down, and I wiped it down with this. So this is the Vim brand disinfectant sanitizer wipes, alcohol wipes. Just wiped it down once, and then got it wet, and then I think used a little bit of soap, but for the most part it's just the alcohol wipes that I left on for about 15 seconds, again just to make sure that it really soaked through and sanitize this thing. Now I wanted to keep this baseball because it's actually kind of handy. Like it's really hard. Like if you whip this at someone, this will actually hurt them. I know that's a weird thing to say. I'm basically keeping this almost like a thrown weapon kind of thing, in case you ever get a mugger or something kind of, I don't know, it's a dumb thing to think of. But there's use for this thing, because honestly, otherwise I wouldn't keep it. I don't see any reason to have a ball with me. I don't do that anymore. We don't play catch. It's not like middle school anymore. We have this Vim wipe, of course. We have the wipe and the baseball, usually placed in the same compartment in the luggage bag. It's on the side. And then there's also a cap. So I just want to show you right here. We covered it before. We washed it once, and then we're going to wash it again, because in case the baseball was contaminated still. So we also took off the cap and threw that in the laundry as well. So here's the red paper napkin that usually goes inside the cap. Another thing that actually goes inside the compartment right now temporarily, just for the next 2-3 days, is I didn't finish creating that little security alarm gadget. So there's this bag with all the tape and adhesives inside. So this I'm not going to wash. I'm going to just toss it inside. I'm not going to wipe it down. I'm just going to toss it inside a bag that I may give away. So I plan on, there's that gift item I received from a previous episode, just like 2-3 episodes before this one, from a friend. It's like has like simplified Chinese writing all over it. It's like a red and blue bag, carry bag with a zipper, 2 compartments. Like I plan on giving that to my friend who's a priest. So from one friend I received, I give to another friend, just like passing on, because there's a little hole now since I've been using the priest's like reusable bag, which is being washed as well. So the cap's being washed, the security belt, the back belt's being washed, and so is the cap. So that's kind of everything that's inside. I also use one of these Vim wipes here to wipe down the inside of the luggage bag compartment because I want to sanitize that as well. So that's that. I think that's everything having to do with the compartment for the baseball. Okay, number 2. So let's move on to area number 2. So left hand side, it said my gear. Like, oh, by the way, here are all the paper napkins, like tissue papers I use to try and wipe down that. Why is it so bright? It's so fucking weird. This is like brightness is like turned up too high. So the paper napkins, these tissue papers here used to wipe down and dry the baseball or whatever. Okay. All right, moving on. We have this receipt. We'll cover that later. But here's the gear. So there's this back belt that I purchased from my previous workplace, for which I left over a year now. It's crazy how fast time flies. But anyways, no, it actually feels longer than that, honestly. So anyways, I worked at a company for like 4.5 years. I bought a back belt, and I used that to also attach a bunch of little interesting things. So I'm going to showcase to you what I took off because the back belt was being washed, and it was never washed, and I bought it for 3 years ago, so that means deduct a single year. It was used for like 2 years and I didn't wash it at all. So it's disgusting because, you know, that's the same area, like the lower back. It's like basically where your ass is. So imagine something like that around your waist area not being washed for 2 years, you know. Anyways, it's in the laundry right now. It's in the washing machine. So attached to it are on one side are, let's take the easy side. So there's one red pen and then another stylus pen. So the stylus pen is obviously for phones, you know, if you don't want to use your fingers and start smudging things. The red pen is actually just for writing in case you needed it. Sometimes I ended up writing, you know, letters and stuff like that. That's on the left or right hand side, one side of the straps. And then on the opposite strap, there was a lot more stuff attached. So there are these 2 pins here. I'll showcase the camera. It's kind of sharp, you gotta be careful. I've stabbed myself a couple times with this thing. It's blunt, but it is kind of sharp. It's plastic also, so it's also really not gonna cause any injury unless you really press onto it. And then there's also these like black hair bands, black elastic bands wrapped around it so that it keeps it tucked in place around the strap knob. There's like not a knob, but like this, you know, when you have one of those straps, there's usually a coil for it to keep it from being you can adjust it. It's an adjustable strap, right? So it wraps around one of these like plastic compartments, and this keeps it in place basically. And there's also another like a hairpin here. I used this at the time to clip on a triangular bandage in case I needed it to some holes in my pants. I don't know, I was being very, very fixation minded. I was always trying to sew together my pieces of clothing back then. You know, I had this mindset going of being as frugal as possible. Okay, we also have on that same side, and these are broken now, by the way, but that's why it's worth covering. You know, there's this right here is
Traffic on Spotify brought to you by the Elementary Teachers Federation of
audio
Ontario.
device,
Lots happening downtown.
MP3 recorder, and then there's the wires attached to it from a dollar store. So the MP3 itself has music, mostly like happy music, like Christmas music. Again, it was an abusive workplace, and I would use this to tune out all the gossip and all the screaming, the shouting, and the blame games, and you know, all that crap. And so that's what's inside here, but attached to it, and that's from Walmart for like $30 or whatever. This one here is a wire for like headsets, but these don't have like, they don't have that plastic like headband around your head. It's just kind of free form, and this one costs only about like $3 to $4 from a dollar store. Okay. But you can tell that basically this one, the reason why I want to cover this one really desperately, is garbage. This is fucking trash now. You can't tell here, this broken I can, if I can showcase it to you. Unfortunately, I didn't think about this beforehand, but let me pause the video for a moment and then fuck. All right, picked it up. So pause it, picked it up. Here it is. So it's completely broken. The wires are splintered all across multiple ends, and over here you can see that one side is black, one side is red. I feel kind of bad because it's very rare. It was a defective product. They painted one side black, one side red. It's supposed to be only one color. And then, you know, I bought the defective one and said I like it because black and red are the main colors of this kind of project. It's too bad, you know, it's broken, it's done. It wasn't really all that useful anyways, honestly. I rarely used it because you had to hook this around your ear, and then it made me look like some kind of fucking monkey, like the Monkey King from like traditional Chinese like mythological tales. Yeah. Anyway, this is garbage, right? So this is trash. So I can toss this away. Honestly, it's an electronic, but we'll toss it away with like this bundle here of paper napkins, I think. I don't know. So that's trash. Okay. And then I think that's about it for everything that has to do with the gear attached to the back belt. There's other stuff that I'm washing inside that's also gear, but it's not attached to the back belt. So for example, this other MP3 player, you can see there's a red one. The black one's used for recording. It's like a voice recording device. The red one's used for playing music. That's like happy-go-lucky to tune out the environment. So one is for recording, one is for listening. And this one here is usually strapped around my neck using one of those straps. But obviously that's being washed. So the last thing I want to cover now is the garbage. So, you know, this is really important, right? Because garbage, right? Cleaning, we have the wipes, wiping, sanitizing stuff. We have the laundry, which is happening at the same time, all the gear, all the equipment being washed and then dried. And then the last thing here is food. So garbage, basically. So today we went outside and we did, let's cover like 2 days worth of garbage really. So today we had I can't showcase most of it because it's all gone. I finished it. I went to downtown core in my city. Again, it's like a conglomerate. And downtown, they're next to this kind of shopping center where I was working on my project and stuff like that, on this project, and emails to other organizations and stuff like that. I dropped by for the day at a Circle K, which is like a convenience store specifically tailored for the gas station. But this one wasn't near a gas station. It was just a standalone. And so I purchased like $16 worth of stuff. It was too much, like food. It wasn't too much food. It was just, no, it was kind of too much food, let's be honest. It was like a burrito with pork and potatoes. It's really good. It's like a wrap for $6. Pretty good deal, honestly. It was very filling. And then it was pretty tasty too. It was hot food. And then we had like a cold muscle milk brand drink, basically 16 grams of protein, I believe. No, 26 grams of protein. That's crazier. 6 grams of fiber, 26 grams of protein in a 414 milliliter bottle. So really, really good stuff. And then we also had next to that, like one of these like tornado, it's like a pogo kind of thing, but it was nice and tasty. More protein, and then there's something else. Doesn't matter, right? You get the general idea. Oh, coffee with tea. And then afterwards, we left probably about 8 hours later. So that's kind of what my day was like. Again, what was your day like? Just leave it in the comments. I'd like to hear. I read all the comments basically, whether or not I respond. I do read them. And then we have this kind of Coca-Cola Zero because I said I wanted to stay away until a certain predetermined time. And so between I think, like, I won't say the specific time, let's say, you know, 9 to 11:30 or whatever, I was taking the transit, and you know, I knew I would come back too early, and so I said, no, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm not going to come back early. I left and I just stayed outside exploring the different avenues, the different options that are available on a Sunday night. you think about that, what it means, as a Sunday night has very little transit options. Most stores are closed, right? It's not only just a Sunday, it's also at night. And so, anyways, I found a convenience store, another Circle K that's a lot closer, and I went there, and it's open 24/7. And so I went there, I just looked around. I didn't really want to buy anything, but I said, I might as well, since I have all this time here. And I bought this Coke Zero, zero sugar. I have never bought this in my life. I generally don't drink zero sugar or Diet Cokes or whatever you want to call it, but that's that. And so here's the receipt, and that's what that's all about. So the receipt is like garbage. Then we can wrap that, or we'll toss it aside we'll cover a bunch of receipts all together, so we'll leave it there. And then the last thing, not last thing, the last couple of items is this. So it's disgusting, but oh shit. I hope it didn't spill. You can see there's a hole. Gross. Be careful. So basically inside this thing, and you can't see me right now, but is oh, it's gross, dude. It's so I went yesterday with a friend of mine to kind of cheer him up again and spend some time, because he's going through a really rough break right now. And so we went to eat some Chinese food at a supermarket called Foodie Mart, and then there's another nearby place, and it's just a McDonald's, really. So he used a coupon for about like $9.50, $50, about $10, $10, and got like a fish fillet kind of thing, sandwich, and then large fries and his drink of like Nestea or iced tea, something like that. And I'm being careful here because I don't want this to drip. It's oily stuff. And then after that, we went over to, or before that, we went to like the Chinese supermarket, Foodie Mart, whatever. Picked up some on sale food. It was like in the evening, like 8 p.m. And one of those is this, inside this bag, there's like this drippy, you can see it's like a red orange sauce. It's a deep fried tofu with sweet and sour sauce. Sounds disgusting. Honestly, it kind of tasted disgusting a bit, but whatever. For $6, I think $5.99. Something better was also something else on sale, $3.50. Had like these pan fried dumplings, very small, not that great, and like 2 chicken nuggets, but it was like 10 pan fried dumplings and 2 chicken nuggets, so it's like pretty good deal. And then we also had some buns. He took 2 of the buns. I ate one of the buns. It was like a hot dog, corn bun, and then the other 2 buns were like, one was like strawberry and the one was like taro, so it was like pinkish red, and a purple one. And he took those and gave it to like his brother and his mother, I believe. Yeah, and that's that. Or he saved it for himself next day. I don't know. He said he was gonna give it to them though. And I think that's about everything. So that cost me. I made that purchase, and it was about like $17. And so we ate together, McDonald's and Chinese food. Okay, and that's what this is. There's also like a drink inside. I see a bottle of from earlier. There's like a Dr. Pepper I purchased. So, and Gatorade. So I poured the Dr. Pepper and the Gatorade together. Anyways, needless to say, this is all garbage. Obviously, there's nothing else I can tell you about this. It's just disgusting. I'm surprised that I have this here. It's single bag. That's why it's leaking. What a stupid thing for me to do, man. Anyways, I'm gonna move this out of the room immediately after this video ends, which is right now. So yeah, bye. I'll see you in the next one. It's disgusting. I'm not even gonna try to say anything great. Here's something interesting. So if I turn on the chroma key right now, you can see that it's not working too great, right? It's like super fuzz. So all right, that's it. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So this was a cleaning video, but we're supposed to cover like the camera. I'm pretty sure that's what I mentioned. So look forward to that. Look forward to that in the next one, if nothing else comes in the way, which usually does. Slice of life. Peace out. All right. How does this work? Okay, let's close it.